I called it. I freaking called it. I called it on the second review of this series, and I called it last review of this series. Chaika was already dead to begin with. She was dead to begin with, her body got reassembled together, and she became back to life. And her father, the same thing, how his bodies are massed in different places, is going to come back together, and he's going to be brought back to life. The reason why, what supports this theory now, from this single episode, one moment, was that bath fan service scene, which I'm not going to count as fan service. We get a glimpse at Chaika's neck that has a scar about that big, and what can make a scar that big on someone, okay? A sword slash, okay? So someone cut off Chaika's head, okay? And so her body got reassembled together. The scars are still there, probably all over her body, because we didn't really get to see any visible part of the other parts of her body. So most likely all of her body parts were cut into pieces, just like Gaz the Emperor's was, and she came back to life. And that's what she's trying to do to her father. She's trying to bring him back to life. So I like the aspect of this. They kind of hinted at the past mysteriousness behind Chaika and the Emperor, but this episode really didn't focus on that. It really didn't. That was just like less than a second glimpse at Chaika in this episode, and that was probably one of the most important factors of this episode, really, and it was only a second, because the rest of this episode, it was okay, not the best thing I've seen. It was definitely better than the last episode. I'm going to tell you right now, it was definitely better than the last episode. What the main point of this episode was just trying to get the other relic, the eyes of Gaz the Emperor, and seeing that the Dragoon was portraying as its favorite master because it wasn't needed anymore, because the master passed away. That was the main concept of this episode. I like it, but I've seen this type of story over and over before, and it feels very cliche now, and it really didn't impact me with emotions like it probably should have. I mean, the entire master being dead and the Dragoon, betraying as its master for years and years because, after the war ended and the master passed away, it kind of upset me to a small extent, but it wasn't that upsetting. It really wasn't. But the way it ended, it kind of killed any emotions if I did have any emotions, because now the Dragoon is traveling with our main characters. Toro, it's like, oh, I got my new goal now. Transforms into a little girl and says, guess what? I'm going to kill you now. That's my goal in life. And I'm thinking, like, you're letting a Dragoon that wants to kick your ass and kill you travel with you. What the fuck? Oh, okay. So, yeah. That happened. Well, at least we got a cute little lolly girl and a Neko, if we look at a perspective like that, so I guess that's fine. This episode really didn't have much else, really. That was all that pretty much happened this episode. There really wasn't much character development at all. We had a fighting scene that wasn't animated that good, and we had some good music, I'll admit. We had some good music, but overall, just not a good episode. I still do not like these characters. I don't, because I don't feel connection at all. I don't have any connection towards these characters. Even Chaika, even though I'm finding out so many theories and mysteries behind her, I still have no connection with her character that makes me love these characters. I still feel the same way since the first episode of Chaika. The characters. That's the only thing that's really dragging this series down for me. It's because I don't care for any of the characters. They're not being fleshed out properly. They're not getting developed properly. And we get that cliche freaking forbidden love, bro sis type thing. I'm thinking like, oh my fucking... Just, why? Why does every freaking anime with a brother and sister have to do this standard damn cliche? Why? Why does this have to be done? Okay, they are announced they're not blood-related. Fine, I'm happy with that. But why does every fucking anime with this a brother-sister have to have this cliche? Just, why? I don't understand it. Why, anime? Why? Okay, so besides that, I guess this episode wasn't that bad. I mean, it did progress out of the forest, and we're finally getting to see some perspective of Chaika's past, but that's really all that happened. So tell me your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What's your favorite moments about it? And everybody, what do you feel about my theory on Chaika and her father? I mean, it's becoming more and more proof that most likely I'm correct. So everybody, I love you so much. Please be safe, and Chibi out.